A few weeks ago, I came across a story that completely changed the way I think about weight loss after 50. It was about two women. They were almost the same age. They weighed almost exactly the same. And they both wanted to lose weight. 3 months later, one of them had lost nearly 18 pounds. The other had barely lost any weight at all. At first, I assumed there had to be a simple explanation. Maybe one of them wasn't following the plan. Maybe she was eating more than she realized. But when their food logs and lifestyle habits were analyzed, the differences weren't nearly big enough to explain such different results. That made me stop. Because if the answer isn't simply eat less, then what is it? So I did what I always do when something doesn't make sense. I started reading scientific studies, medical guidelines, recommendations from organizations that specialize in healthy aging and obesity management. And the more I read, the more I realized something surprising. Most people over 50 are looking for the problem in the wrong place. Today, I'd like to show you why. Like many people, I initially thought the answer had to be metabolism. You've probably heard it hundreds of times. Once you turn 50, your metabolism slows down, and that's why losing weight becomes so difficult. It sounds completely reasonable. Honestly, I believed it too. But then I came across one of the largest studies ever conducted on human metabolism. It was published in the journal Science in 2021. Researchers measured energy expenditure in thousands of people, from infancy all the way into older adulthood. And what they found surprised me. They didn't see a dramatic drop in metabolism at age 50. In fact, for most healthy adults, resting metabolism remains remarkably stable for decades after early adulthood. When I read that, I actually went back and read it again. Because it completely challenged what I'd believed for years. Now, that doesn't mean age has no effect on body weight. It absolutely does. But it suggests that the explanation is much more complex than simply saying, my metabolism slowed down. That realization sent me looking even deeper. As I continued reading clinical guidelines and research reviews, I noticed something interesting. The same topic kept appearing over and over again. Not hormones. Not calories. Not fad diets. Muscle. At first, I didn't understand why. When most of us hear the word muscle, we think about athletes, or people lifting heavy weights at the gym. But that's not what doctors are talking about. Muscle is much more than strength or appearance. It's one of the most metabolically active tissues in the body. It helps us move, stay independent, maintain balance, and remain physically active as we age. Beginning in midlife, we naturally start losing muscle mass. This process is called sarcopenia. It happens so gradually that most people never notice it. And that's where things become really interesting. Imagine two women. Both are 60 years old. Both weigh 165 pounds. If you looked only at the scale, you'd think they're almost identical. But one has significantly more muscle and less body fat. The other has less muscle and more fat. The scale shows exactly the same number. Yet their bodies function very differently. One has more energy. She walks farther without getting tired. She climbs stairs more easily. She stays active throughout the day. And that daily movement matters much more than most people realize. Suddenly, so many comments I receive on this channel started making sense. I eat the same way I did 10 years ago, but now I keep gaining weight. I've cut back on sugar, but the scale won't move. It feels like my body just doesn't work the way it used to. If you've ever felt that way, you're certainly not alone. And here's the encouraging part. The problem isn't simply getting older. The real issue is that our bodies change in ways we don't immediately notice. We gradually lose muscle. We often become a little less active. We may sleep less. Our hormones change. None of these changes, by themselves, seem dramatic. But together, they can make maintaining a healthy weight much more difficult. And that's exactly why modern experts are shifting the conversation. Instead of simply telling people to eat less, they're talking about preserving muscle, staying active, and improving the quality of what we eat. When I realized that, I had one more question. If muscle is so important, what actually helps us keep it as we get older? The answer turned out to be much simpler than I expected. And that's where the story gets even more interesting. Once I understood how important muscle is, another question came to mind. If muscle plays such a big role in healthy aging and weight management, why do we lose it in the first place? The answer is actually encouraging. Yes, some muscle loss is a normal part of aging. But how quickly it happens depends a lot on our daily habits. That's why two people of the same age can have completely different levels of strength, energy, and mobility. One person can comfortably walk several miles, carry groceries, and climb stairs without thinking twice. Another may feel exhausted after doing the same things. Age matters. But lifestyle matters too. And in many cases, it's the combination of those two factors, not age alone, that makes the biggest difference. Here's something many people don't realize. Muscle isn't just about looking fit. It's what allows us to stay independent as we get older. It helps us get out of a chair without using our hands, carry groceries, keep our balance, recover more quickly if we stumble, stay active enough to enjoy everyday life. And there's another benefit. People who remain physically active throughout the day naturally burn more energy, not just during exercise, but through all the small movements that add up over time. That's one reason why preserving muscle can make maintaining a healthy weight easier. Not because muscle is a magic calorie burner, but because it helps us stay active and functional. So naturally, my next question was, what actually helps preserve muscle after 50? The good news is that the answer isn't complicated. The first piece is resistance training. That doesn't mean you need to spend hours in a gym. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. Simple exercises using resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even your own body weight can be enough to challenge your muscles. When muscles are used regularly, the body has a reason to maintain them. When they aren't used, the body gradually adapts by reducing muscle mass. That's why walking, while excellent for heart health and overall well-being, is often not enough by itself to fully protect muscle as we age. Ideally, walking and strength training work together. The second piece is nutrition. And one nutrient stands out more than any other: protein. As we get older, our muscles become less responsive to protein than they were when we were younger. Researchers sometimes refer to this as anabolic resistance. In simple terms, it means our bodies often need a little more high-quality protein and regular strength activity to maintain muscle. Many people unintentionally start eating less protein with age. Breakfast becomes coffee and toast. Lunch might be soup or a salad. Dinner is lighter than it used to be. None of those choices are necessarily unhealthy. But over time, they may not provide enough protein to support muscle maintenance. That doesn't mean everyone needs protein shakes or expensive supplements. For most people, simply including a good source of protein with each main meal, such as fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, beans, lentils, tofu, or lean meat, can make a meaningful difference. And then I realized something important. The story of the two women at the beginning of this video probably wasn't about one dramatic difference. It wasn't one miracle food, one hormone, or one secret trick. It was the result of many small habits repeated every day. Staying active, protecting muscle, eating enough protein, sleeping well, and choosing changes they could actually maintain over time. That's exactly what today's medical guidelines emphasize. Not quick fixes, but sustainable habits. When I finished reading the research, one idea stayed with me. For years, many of us have been asking the wrong question. We've been asking, what should I stop eating to lose weight? But maybe the better question is, what should I preserve so my body stays strong, active, and healthy? Because after 50, successful weight management isn't just about losing pounds. It's about protecting your strength, your mobility, your independence, and your quality of life. The number on the scale is only part of the story. How you feel every day matters just as much. If you enjoy this kind of evidence-based approach, without fad diets, fear tactics, or unrealistic promises, I'd love to have you here. Subscribe to the channel, because every week we'll look at what the latest research actually says about healthy aging, nutrition, longevity, and staying strong after 50. And if there's a topic you'd like me to explore next, leave it in the comments. I read as many of them as I can, and your question might become the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourself, stay active, and I'll see you in the next one.